In this video, we're going to be talking about what to do when your staff member makes a mistake. Now, we all know that eventually, with any employee, whether they're in Australia or they're here in the Philippines, at some point they're going to make an error. Dale, how do you respond?
The first thing is to do is to stay calm and don't get emotional or upset. Many people in the Philippines are more sensitive than perhaps people in other places. So if you're too aggressive or you raise your voice, then they're really going to take that personally. So first thing is to do is to stay calm. The next thing to do is just ask them a question around what was the thinking behind it. And sometimes it's because they didn't understand the instructions or they weren't clear, or you made some assumptions or they made some assumptions as well. Like 99 times out of 100, people want to do the right thing. It's just that they either didn't have the training or they were lacking a piece of information that prevented them from doing it the right way. So just stay calm, find out the thinking of why they made the decision that they did, and then say, how can we improve this so it never happens again?
Mm.
And another thing as well, you'll have to decide in your business whether how important mistakes are. Some businesses where it's not life or death, they're going to allow people to make more mistakes and just get people out into the real world as quickly as possible and coach them along the way. Some businesses where mistakes can be very, very costly, once someone goes through training, what they might have is they might have another week up to a month of almost like a sandbox situation or a simulator that they kind of call it, where they allow people to work on maybe projects that aren't actually real client projects. They might be projects that were, say, 6 months or 12 months ago, and they compare them to the results that were done by other staff members until they actually are properly trained and they're at a level where they're a 9 or a 10 out of 10, and then you can release them into actual live projects. So that may be something you may want to consider depending on your business.
Yeah, I think you want to also take ownership as the owner of the business. That when mistakes happen in our organization, it's important to look back at our own standard operating procedures, the way that we communicated the tasks that we were asking the staff member, and just honestly ask yourself, is there things that I should be doing better to help my staff avoid these mistakes in the future? I found in my own businesses, a lot of the times the big mistakes that happened, yes, they were potentially made by someone else, but ultimately, as the business owner, I'm responsible for everything that happens in my organization. And there's changes that I can make to ensure that those mistakes don't happen again.
Yeah. So stay calm, ask questions, listen, learn from your mistakes. What can you do to improve? And also make sure that they update their documentation as well. So if mistakes happen, that's okay, but we don't want those same mistakes to happen again.